This episode is brought to you by
JG
Graybill!
Woo!
Now enjoy the episode.
Welcome back, all y'all, to episode 128. 1 plus 2 does not equal 8, but 28 is the number that... Who wears number 28? You know. Jeremy McNichols.
On the Eagles, it's the safety Anthony Harris.
Jeremy McNichols wears it on the Titans.
That's good. He does.
And
That's correct.
To give
Adrian Peterson used to wear it, but now he's wearing number 2 with his new team, the Seahawks.
Haha.
And just an update on what's happening right now. Right now, Baylor is beating Oklahoma State by 5 with 1 minute 30 seconds left, and Oklahoma State is on a 3rd and 3 on the Baylor 6.
Well, people will know what happens by the time they listen to this.
I know. I'm just telling
it's like
you
a day and a half later.
that I had to leave this game.
You know?
I was watching it, and I
You had to leave the game or your TV?
You were at the game.
I wasn't there, okay?
Oh.
I had to leave my TV.
You were in
different.
Baylor.
I mean, I would much rather be here with you guys.
Is Baylor a place?
Oh, they got a first down.
Baylor. Oh, wait, well, you were in Baylor.
Like Duke. Duke isn't a place.
Baylor is in
but it's-
Waco.
Okay.
But I have a lot on the line, including my reputation
Money?
and hundreds of dollars on this
I
game.
don't think you should admit to gambling
Oh,
on
that's
this
illegal.
public platform.
No,
But
I
if
didn't
Oklahoma
admit to
State
gambling.
loses this, they can't make it into the college football playoff, basically.
Exact
This is do or die.
There's 53
Not
seconds
literally
left.
die, but, you know.
And so
Jordan.
I just wanted to let you guys know that I
That's
really
true.
need Oklahoma State to win this.
You keep an eye on that
Okay.
while Luke tells us the story of how his car wouldn't start in a Turkey Hill parking lot literally
Yes.
30 minutes ago.
Literally 30 minutes ago. Okay, so I'm on my way here, right? Well, before I'm on my way here, I go out to my car and get in my car and I start my car.
Great story, Luke.
Well, and I knew I was low on gas because I left a little early so I could stop for gas on the way here because I was like, oh, I don't feel like getting it after work last night because I was tired. Just wanted to go home.
It's 4th and 1.
Okay.
Oklahoma
And
State's
so-
season will be decided while you're telling this story.
Yes.
And so, anyway, I thought, oh, I'll just get it on my way to...
We're listening.
No, you're
I'm
not.
listening.
We're listening, yes.
We'll get it on the way to Owens. I'll get it on the way to Owens for the podcast. And I really don't think you guys are listening.
We are.
listening.
You said I'll get it on the way over to Owens for the podcast.
Yeah,
Sidecast.
wow.
We're listening.
Yeah, totally. And so I get in my car today and I start it.
So you just said, I'll get in my car today.
Okay, I think he...
And it doesn't like, it starts. It like sputtered a little bit and then it started. And I'm like, I'm just low on gas. It just took a little while for the gas to get to the engine kind of thing. Like, this could happen when you're low on gas. And so I drive to Turkey Hill, turn off my car because that's what you do when you're putting gas into a car. And I fill it up and I go to start it. And it goes, ooh. And it just doesn't start. And I try again, and it goes, ooh. And so I call my dad, and I'm like, hey, Dad, my car won't start. And this is right as he's about to leave to take my brothers to a doctor's appointment. So my mom is taking my...
Oh! They
Did they
stopped
convert?
him! No!
No, they stopped him?
rushed the ball for no gain, and now Baylor's going to win. Because they turned it over on downs at the 1.
Wait,
Baylor
but-
just won.
No, what if they need the ball? They can't. It'll go in the end zone.
Baylor has to
Baylor
run.
has to
Do they have
run
any
or
timeouts?
throw.
Baylor's win percentage chance is now 99.9.
Yeah, but when they're on the 1, they can't kneel it. So
Yes.
they have to run or throw, which gives them a chance to turn over
To
the
get a
ball.
safety.
0.01.
Safety, fumble, or interception.
Baylor has to get a 1-yard run, and this game is over because there are 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Parker,
They
what
need
game
to
was
see-
it that this
Wow.
happened?
Oklahoma
the other
State's
day?
out.
We were discussing this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oklahoma State.
This opens the door for Alabama.
Well,
Alabama.
Because
True,
if Alabama
true.
loses,
What
that's
if we
one
pronounce
less team
things
that could jump
differently?
them.
Like Alabama.
What if we... Well, my one younger brother has been really into this joke he came up with. He's said it like 3 times in the last week, where he's like, what if God just came down one day and was like, it's pronounced Jod, and then left?
Of course your brother is thinking that.
Yeah, I figured Luke would like that one.
I
a
like
lot.
that.
That's-
Anyway,
Yeah.
all in all, my car didn't start, and so I
Oh,
drove
yeah,
my
we're
dad's
still-
car
yeah.
here, and
Yes.
we don't know what's wrong with my car. I think it's a battery
Oh,
thing.
wait, so there was no payoff?
Oh, no.
Oh,
We think it's a well, my dad jumped my car,
yeah.
and then drove back.
Yeah.
And so we think it's a battery thing, but I don't know for sure.
AAA?
Yeah, he called AAA, and they're going to come out. And
I
they
meant
do
like
like
AAA battery, but that was... Never
Oh.
mind. That joke.
But AAA is the car service,
Yeah.
so yeah. call it out AAA. They're gonna check the battery because they do free checks on batteries, which is good.
There you go.
That is good. So
and then if we need a new one, obviously we'll have to buy it. But
that's awesome.
That's what? How's that awesome? Luke came in and he was like, "I got a great story," and I assumed it was that involving the car, and then it's just like, "Yeah, no, we have no idea what happened."
Yeah, no, I told you
payoff.
that story.
There's
not. It's just, yeah, it might be a battery thing.
That's like
I don't know
that's
what
like
else.
ending a fairy tale and not saying happily ever after.
And
Those
then
are the best fairy tales.
And then we don't know if they lived happily ever after or not.
And Luke
and
lived happily ever after in Owen's basement.
Like it does. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Parker.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have. Basically, it would normally be an intro topic, but I pushed it off because Luke was like, "I got a great story," so now I'm kind of regretting this move. But I came up with this premise months ago.
Oh.
And basically
so
just...
it's been months in the making.
Well, kind of. Basically just forgot to tell you guys about it. That's really all that happened. I was at the beach with my mom's side of the family, and we all got in on this joke, and I think it was successful enough that people still, like, call back to it, so that's how you know something's good, when you're able to call it back. Basically, you can say... I discovered, I don't know how, it came into my head, you know how those things are. It occurred to me that you can say any phrase, and then follow it up with, "If you know what I mean," and it immediately becomes so much creepier.
That's so true.
Try it out. Say any statement of fact.
Hey, there's a tomato on the ground, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Luke did the little eyebrow raise that made it even creepier. Yeah, textbook. That was perfect.
I mean, if you watch a basketball game, the team that scores the most points wins, if you know what I mean.
There you go. It's
hey
so
guys,
creepy.
I went and saw a biblical play about Queen Esther this morning, if you know what I mean.
Whoa.
Exactly. It goes from a biblical play to something really creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like chocolate, if you know what I mean.
Everything.
Okay.
Anything you say, if you know what I mean, attached to the end of it, creepier. It's
Nope.
I don't.
Hey guys, I like playing baseball, if you know what I mean.
Whoa, that one.
How about this? Change if to do.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I just aced my test. Do you know what I mean?
Then it sounds more like you're actually asking a question
Yeah,
to me. Like,
I don't know.
If I'm actually confused, if you know what I mean, it seems like you're like
True.
intentionally insinuating something.
True. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah, Jalen Reagor's a great wide receiver, if you know what I mean.
I went to Williams Sonoma and bought 2 and got 3 free, if you know what I mean.
Then it seems like you did something illegal. Yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know that I walked out of Dick's Sporting Goods earlier today? If you know what I mean.
The fact that you use Dick's Sporting Goods just makes it another.
Oh man.
Wow. So yeah, just any time.
You know the giant circles
daily
outside
life.
of Target?
Yeah.
I want to eat one of those.
If you know what I mean.
No, I'm serious.
When I was younger, I always wanted to kick them, and then they would roll, but they're stuck in the ground. So
yeah, it's very disappointing.
It's unfortunate. Yeah.
Well, I went to a Target, and this was up near Williamsport.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where Williamsport is?
Yes. Little League World Series.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's in Virginia, I think.
No.
Nope.
That's Williamsburg.
Oh, I went to Williamsburg, yeah. This was like a year or 2 ago.
Wow.
And so I went to Williamsburg, and I went to a Target. I forget what we were getting. I think it was like food, to be honest. But like,
If you know what I mean.
we were just getting chips and stuff.
If you know what I mean. See, you just can't help it.
Yeah, now.
Anyway, we pull up to this Target, and I just am the most surprised ever. Instead of red circles,
Yellow?
no,
Oh.
they were squares.
What?
No, yes.
No.
I've seen yellow circles.
Search it up. They were red squares.
Why would they be
I was at a Target in
squares?
Delaware that had yellow circles, which was weird. but-
Red squares.
squares?
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
What?
And you could.
They
people-
should always be circles.
Images.
They should always be circles, and they should always be red. This is ridiculous if it's true. Circles. There doesn't appear
All
to
right,
be
well, this target in
visual
Williamsburg,
proof of this.
This target in Williamsburg
Needs to be destroyed immediately is
Yes.
what needs to happen.
I was thinking about just buying a saw in Target and just shaving off the edges. To
they've
make
got a
them-
serious problem. It's always circles. Oh, here's a funny one where somebody turned one of the red circles into a Pokemon ball.
There's 2 of them.
But there's wow, what? Whoever is running that target and made that decision should be fired immediately.
Agreed.
Why would you ever? Well, first of all, what are those circles for anyway? Outside the store, like they're not really a barrier or a boundary. They just
And
kind
like
of
they're
take up space.
cement. They're very heavy, so like they cost money. Why would you like?
What are they supposed to do? Like functionally,
Yeah.
it's not like they look amazing. I don't know. Other than it's like a symbol for Target.
But
So then
Target's-
when you put squares, it's just
it doesn't work.
Ugh,
Yeah.
That is, I'm angry about that. I didn't think I would be upset about anything Target related.
Well, Luke, you know what the Target symbol looks like?
A target?
Exactly. You know, we
If
just
you know what I
watched
mean.
recently.
Don't make this
God.
long. No, it's not time for Marvel Minute yet. No,
Dang it.
not yet. Oh my word.
There's only 2 targets in Williamsburg, and neither of them have squares.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I made that entire story up.
Oh my word.
But
Really?
you believed it, and you
That
should.
was-
No, well, we got to cut that part out because it's good for the viewership. You know what I mean? The audience.
No, you lied to us. I'm not going to cut that out.
Wow.
What? Okay, that was strange.
I thought it would be an interesting story, so I just started rolling
Well,
with it.
the problem with Parker is that something like that would actually happen.
Oh,
to me,
yeah.
which is the
I've,
worst part.
I've never visited Williamsburg in my life.
Well, that's why he messed up Williamsburg
Yeah.
versus Williamsburg. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Colonial Williamsburg is
I was
actually
just-
pretty cool.
I was trying
Not
to
gonna
think
lie.
on my
We were
fly,
there like last
you know?
summer. It was pretty cool.
You did an improv lie, basically.
Yes, pretty much. Well, no, I was trying to tell a story.
And then he
then-
story told it.
Well, originally, I was
know what
like,
I mean.
I wanted to like talk about Target for a second, and then I just.
But you had
To
nothing
tie
to
into
actually
Hawkeye.
say
yeah, I
about
had nothing to
Target.
say, so I just was like,
Life lesson, kids. If you just never have, if you ever are in a scenario where you have nothing to say, just make something up, and then you
Yeah.
roll with it.
If you know what I mean.
I'm very good at rolling with stuff.
If you know what I mean.
Okay, moving on to.
I saw a Target with squares. If you know what I mean.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh my word. Okay.
You don't just eat it, you taste it, you feel it.
If you know what I mean.
Ah! That's a weird one.
There's a shiver down my spine on that one.
Oh man, that's
you
a
can't
reach.
help saying it.
St. George's University School of Medicine.
They don't
You
get
know
that
what I
joke at all.
mean.
They can't see what's on my computer screen. There's an
We're just
ad
reading
for
ads.
St. George's University on a website that we're going to be on later
I like
because
the
we're
ads.
playing Verb It versus Verb It again. But not yet. Because first, Parker, I would like you to give us, not necessarily tell us the story. I have some questions. I'm sure Luke has some questions.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Hold on.
What's the story?
for those, I think pretty much everybody who listens to this knows us. I don't think we're not big enough yet that there's people that we don't know that are listening to this.
Well, but we have
So-
viewers from China, so
True.
you would think.
Anyone in China listening to this, if you don't know Parker, basically he's not the most organized person.
I'm organized.
Let's just say that.
I'm pretty
Does this go-
organized.
Does anyone?
One
I know where
time,
this is going.
like 6 months ago,
6 months ago.
last basketball season,
What did I do 6
Parker
months
told us, "Hey
I
guys,
know where this is going.
we're trying to schedule something for a video or a podcast," and Parker's like, "I don't know when my game is yet." And so Luke texts somebody else on the basketball
Will
team
Mahoney.
who immediately tells him, "Oh, the game is at this time. We learned this at practice that Parker was at." And it turns out their coach had literally just told them and Parker didn't hear it. So we had a similar situation this week in which Parker had a scrimmage tournament and didn't know what time it was at. And I asked Luke, what are the chances that this is the same scenario? And Luke said 73.28%. And he was right, because, Luke, would you like to tell them how you found out the times this time?
Yeah, so this time, since Will is now in North Carolina, rip Will. I'm not really friends with anyone else on the basketball team except for Parker, so I just literally went to their Instagram thinking,
Monopolized it.
oh, maybe they would have posted about it, but then I thought, oh wait, no, Parker runs the Instagram, therefore they wouldn't post about it because Parker didn't know what it was. But then I saw this link in their bio that had, like, it was like a link and it had like /schedule. I'm like, what are the chances that they're the times on this schedule? So I click it on the link in the bio of the Hempfield boys basketball page that Parker runs.
Yeah,
and it says
I put in that link.
Yeah, and it then
Exactly.
It says the
No,
time
and I knew the time.
But then why didn't you
Then
tell
why'd you
us?
say you didn't know
Because
it?
I didn't know when I was gonna have to leave and get home. For
But
that.
you could
could've
at
just
least
told
say
us, like,
when
hey,
the tournament
scrimmage
was.
You could have just said, hey, it's at 10 in the morning.
But
like,
I didn't think that would be helpful.
Well, yeah, because then
That gives us at least like a range.
It could be like, then we have to do it in the afternoon.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh my word. Okay, so that's not as egregious as we thought, but still, you're running the Instagram account.
Yeah, I
And
put
you
the
didn't-
link in.
Oh my word.
Isn't it a nice link? Like it shows you all of our games, like when they're probably gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the reason why I didn't post the like to Instagram is because it was closed, so there was no spectators.
Well, yeah, I kind of figured that.
Although
Nice. By stocking up.
Omnichrome is destroying the market right now.
Oh, what is that?
Oh man, wait, you haven't heard of Omnichrome?
I mean, I've
Have you heard
I've
of-
heard of the new COVID
have you heard of
variant that's
Delta?
like Omicron.
Yeah, Omicron. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was getting at.
Uh-huh.
Or that's what I thought I said. Yeah, but that's destroying the stock market.
Oh.
Like it had its worst day of the year the other day.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's great.
It's like 2008 all over again.
I don't think it's that bad.
no, it's
okay.
not. It's
No,
not.
that was like a complete crash, but
Or
I
the 1920s.
don't really remember that.
Oh, wait, no.
was-
The 1930s, because it was the roaring
No,
20s.
do you guys
Or
remember
like late 20s, early
20s.
30s.
the dot-com bubble and the crash 1999 and 2000?
No.
where people were scared of
No, so basically
the like
right
Y2K.
now, so people are comparing right now. This is a little off topic, but it's good information for the viewers and for you guys. So
Tidbits with Parker.
So in 1999 and 2000, there was this thing where if you added like a website like .com to your business, you basically just like your stock went through the roof because it was it was the new thing. So like now they're comparing it to car companies where if car companies get into electric vehicles, all like they promise they're gonna we'll get into electric vehicles. Bang, through the roof. Like Ford like said, oh yeah, we're gonna start this electric vehicle thing through the roof. Honda started like through the roof. So they're comparing these EVs, like companies like saying that they're gonna get into electric vehicles, to what happened in 1999, where if you added a website, your business, like your stock just went ballistic, and that's not sustainable long term. So you had these
shockingly
you had these illegitimate businesses who had no business model, nothing, but started a website. People were like, "Oh my gosh, they started a website since it's so new." No, not everybody had a website.
Yeah, or a computer for that matter.
Yeah, but this random business started a website, didn't have a legitimate business, stock went through the roof.
Guys.
Well, all these terrible businesses eventually failed.
All we have to do is create an electric car, and we're set.
Exactly. No,
Business plan.
Create a fake business called like
sounds illegal already.
Like
okay.
like Bumble, but with a E.
Barble?
Bevel. Okay, it's called Bevel, right? It's an electric car company, and we start it. We say we're gonna
You can't share this. You gotta put it in your
We're
notes.
gonna put $2 million into electric cars.
Oh, where are we getting that money?
Lowering his voice made it different.
Where are we getting that money?
We'll say that we're getting it from investors. People will go public on the stock market. Stock will go through the roof. We'll use that money to try and invest in EVs, but really we'll just take it all out for ourselves.
Like
say that the company went bankrupt. Bang, we're good.
I see no flaws in that plan.
And I mean, that plan is just a perfect transition.
Kind of. I gotta have my dad on to talk about if people are interested in this sort of thing. My dad's been talking for a little while about how he'll be annoyed by the fact that stock prices shoot up when companies say that they're going to go electric, because I don't know all the details. He knows a lot more about cars than I do. But basically, the setup of like what goes into creating an electric car is pretty much just as bad for the environment. And so there's not like a huge gap between the footprint of regular cars and creating
except saving on gas.
Electric cars.
Well,
yeah, for people.
For people. Oh yeah, for people. For the
but,
environment.
Like, the companies are like saying that it's like so much better and sustainable when like really it's not that much of a difference.
Well, and we could get into one more thing. It'll take like 10 seconds.
All right, go.
In like 20 years, if most things are electric vehicles, there's going to be an abundant supply of gas, which will then cause gas prices to be lowered. And the whole reason you would change over to EV to save gas will be non-existent, because if everybody does it, then there's going to be an abundant supply of gas. Gas price is going to plummet, and it'll be super affordable. So.
And that was today's supply and demand lesson.
Yep.
We should probably talk about sports at some point,
Yeah,
huh?
we probably
This is
should.
all sports all the time.
Not all
A name that is becoming less and less descriptive of the podcast as we go. But I've been watching the Sixers more than I ever have this year. NBC My Team Sports app, shout out to you guys. Fantastic platform you got going there. I used my grandparents' password to their account. And so
what if we go big time?
What are the odds?
What if we go big time? You're working with a person from NBC, and they bring up that one time where you used your grandma's password to get into their app.
I think the odds of that are low enough that I'm willing to
Hey,
risk
I
it.
believe it.
Do you know how much dirt they find on celebrities
they
because
find
of
some-
things that they
So
say when they're young?
if you work at NBC and you're listening to this right
Owen
now,
apologizes.
The My
Owen
Team Sports
apologizes
app.
for his actions. We're his agent.
Yes.
And he doesn't want any crimes committed against him.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm sorry, proactively. Second of all, it's a great app. So like it's such a good app that I was like, you know what? I
Nope,
need
you don't
to
need to
use
say it
this
again. Nope,
by
okay.
any means. Because I used my grandparents' password to log into it. Again, sorry, NBC.
Okay.
Anyway.
I have an app called
Back-
By
okay.
Any Means.
Back to
I'm
watching.
serious.
Anyway,
Back to
because
watching.
of that, I've been watching more Sixers games than I ever have during the regular season. Obviously, I watch playoff games. But I'm getting a lot more of an idea of how like the individual players play and whatnot, and a better feel for the team than I normally would.
Yeah.
They're 12 and 11, so they're not doing great, but they're healthy now, which is really important. And so I want to talk to Parker a little bit about the specifics, but one of the big observations I've taken away from watching them more consistency is Tyrese Maxey. Every time he goes in for a layup, as soon as he releases the ball, if instead of watching the ball you watch him, every single time he goes flying into the crowd behind the basket like a rag doll.
Yeah.
Every time.
So
It looks very reckless and dangerous.
yeah, the reason he does that, and it makes a lot of sense. He's super quick, and so his main skill set is being able to blow by defenders. That's
Yes.
like
He's
his
very good at
go-to. So whenever he goes in for a layup, he's going in really fast, and when he jumps into the air, his momentum is carrying him really far. So he puts up the layup, right?
And then makes no attempt to stop himself as he hurtles into the crowd.
Well, and he needs a way, like he can't slow down his momentum all in like right away. So by going into the crowd or into the stands, like past beyond the basket, it's actually helping him because he's able to stop his momentum in like slower increments over time. So like instead of just coming to a screeching halt as soon as he lands, because he's going so fast and he has so much power into his jump, when he lands, he has to like, in order to prevent injury, sometimes he has to land like weird or fall down, just so
He falls down all the time.
Yeah, just
flailing his arms.
just so
falling on his
because
side.
because it's not like you're just doing the long jump where you're gonna land with your legs out in front of you. He's doing a long jump, putting his arms up, and then he has to somehow find the
Rotate.
ground, and so he's doing that by like taking some steps to like stop his power like incrementally instead of all in once. It's
So
kind
he's
of like
using them like human airbags.
yes, you know, like parkour when they do like a flip and they rotate over onto their back so that all the momentum
Tuck and roll.
all the momentum like goes all the way down their back, like, and just is spread out. It's the same thing with your legs. So, yeah.
That was a pretty good breakdown. I was just going to make fun of the fact that it looks ridiculous.
Well,
like, the next
yeah.
time you watch a Sixers game, watch Tyrese Maxey after he makes a layup. But that was a very good scientific explanation for it.
Yeah.
Normally Luke's the one who gives those, but...
Because I've also, like, not on the same level as Tyrese Maxey, but I've also, like, been in that situation.
Yeah.
Like, where
It's happened.
you go up for a layup and you're using all the power you can to get as high as you can, and then you come down and sometimes you want to fall over. Like, you do it on purpose so that you don't land weird in a weird way, or Like, so sometimes when you fall over, it's actually better for you because it doesn't really hurt when you fall over. But if you land weird on your like foot, or it can hurt a lot more. So, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Do you remember when we were doing our preseason predictions, Luke said the Raptors would be the 2 seed, all that good stuff. I said that the Suns would be the 1 seed in the West and make it back to the finals.
But
you said the Suns are overrated, Owen.
Okay, I remember that. But do you also remember that you were super low on the Warriors?
I was.
And I was
That's
the highest on the
They're
Warriors.
absolutely
You had them as like the 4
And the
seed.
Warriors just beat the Suns yesterday, and
Yes.
they were the 1 seed in the West.
Yeah, I think I had the Warriors. I was going off of 538 for my analysis on the Warriors, and basically what they said was it's Steph, Draymond, and maybe Clay as the only like plus players, and they said that everyone else on the team was going to be like negative. They didn't take into account Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, like actually improving that much.
And like
So-
all their big guys insane. Do you see the dunk he had yesterday?
Yeah, James Wiseman.
No, he's not. Like their
Oh,
other.
James Wiseman got sent down with him and Clay were on the
Yeah.
G League team together. Yeah. Who is there? What's his
No,
name?
I forget it. I don't know his name, but he's absolutely a beast, and he's like super strong. He just dunked over JaVale McGee yesterday, and he's
see.
really good. Along with
Let's see if we can find his name.
that defensive guy, Gary Payton.
That defensive guy. Yeah, he's
Gary
good.
Payton is like really good.
He's good. Draymond Green keeps coming up.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah.
Juan Toscano Anderson.
Yes. Yes, he's insane, and you would never think
Good
of
for
it.
Juan.
But like, he's actually crazy.
Nice.
I
Yeah, the
can-
Warriors system is very good if you are able to like assimilate your game to it.
Mhm.
Like it seems like they always have really good like chemistry.
Yes.
It's a good system. It's not like incredibly individual.
Yes.
They're able to work together really well. One more basketball topic, not related to the NBA.
Uh-huh.
Luke and I have discussed with, in the context of math homework, younger brothers don't believe anything their older brothers say.
Very true.
Most of the time, they tend to think that they
Yes.
know more than you do. Our younger sisters are probably like that, where they
Yes.
don't believe you. They
It's
are.
just a younger sibling thing.
Yeah, younger siblings tend to think that they are smarter than the older siblings and don't
Yes.
trust what they say.
Yes.
I told my younger brothers that the standard high school basketball hoop height is 10 feet. Correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, thank you.
What did they think it was?
But
They think it's 9.5.
What? If it was 9.5, we would be dunking all
Thank you.
over
That's what
people.
I said. I said I'm pretty sure Parker can dunk on 9.5.
I can dunk on 10.
Okay, thank you.
But barely. On 9.5,
Easily.
I
Yeah.
could go between the legs on 9.5.
Okay, because they were so. First of all, I made this claim, and then they were like, no, because Ethan, who's in 9th grade, was like, no, in the gym, I can jump and like touch the backboard at the high school, and I can't do that on the backboard at our house. And I was like, that doesn't
no-
make any sense.
They're also bigger backboards.
Yeah, the
and,
back-
and
yes.
the backboards, it's like the nets, the rim's up here and the backboard's down here. Like, it's not a
Yes.
huge difference, but it's a couple inches.
Yeah, the backboard is...
and that's not like a statistical
Yeah.
way to do it. Like, well, I can
And
jump
it's
and,
got,
touch
it's
the
got
one.
that thick padding on the bottom of it
Yeah.
as well.
Uh-huh.
That also extends it.
Which ours does not have. And so I tried to explain this to them, like, no. And then I gave up and just Googled it. What's the standard high school basketball hoop height? 10 feet. And they were like, no. That's wrong.
So they don't
like, you
believe
think
you
I'm
or
wrong? You
Google.
think the internet's wrong? What are you going based off of? So hopefully they'll take Parker's word for it. I'll show them
It
this
is
clip.
10
But
feet.
thank
It
you.
is-
for that. Younger siblings just don't believe anything that their older siblings say
is
because we
10
don't
feet.
know anything.
No, nothing
you know?
at all.
Nothing.
I can't remember the last time I played on 9.5. It might have been when I was like 8.
Really? I would have guessed maybe like middle school.
No, middle school.
middle school's 10 feet?
No. 5th and 6th grade, it's 10
Wow.
feet. And maybe 4th grade, it's a little lower. No, but we played at the Nook, so it wasn't 4th grade, it wasn't 3rd grade. 2nd grade is the last
There
time I
you
played
go.
on anything other than 10 feet.
Okay.
So
Because they're always trying to lower our hoop, and I'm like, no, you got to shoot on 10 feet. And they're like, no, that's way too high. So,
I got a problem wrong in math
Am I
class the other day.
whoa.
wow, that's rare.
Do you want to know why?
Where is this? Okay,
Because
yeah.
my math teacher was wrong.
What?
What do you mean?
We were doing a triangle problem, and it was so we had to use the length of home plate to the pitcher's mound to first base to home plate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did it, and I knew I had the right answer. It was an easy problem. He was like, "You're wrong." I'm like, nope, I'm right. And he's like, your side lengths are wrong. I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that home plate to first base isn't 90 feet. And he's like, no, that's right. And I'm like, and we were solving for pitcher's mound to first base. And and so I'm like, and then pitcher's mound to home plate, that's 60.5 feet, 60 feet, 6 inches. He's like, no. I'm like,
what?
Yes. He's
what
like,
field are you playing on, sir?
No, it's 60 feet. I'm like, no, it's not. It's 60 feet, 6 inches. And Peter Fiore's in my math class. And I turned to Peter. I'm like, is this crazy? Like, I'm not going crazy, am I? And he's like, I was mad because he's like, well, maybe it's technically that, but we're just using 60 feet. I'm like, no, that's not the problem.
Maybe it's technically that. What kind of math teacher
The problem says home plate to first, or home plate to pitcher's mound. That's 60 feet, 6 inches. I was mad about that.
That's infuriating. I can understand that.
Wait,
know your baseball field dimensions.
And did it say, like, use 60 feet?
No,
he was solving
it said the
it,
distance from home plate to first base,
okay.
or home plate to the pitcher's mound.
Which is
it didn't give it
6
specific
inches.
distance. It said that distance.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Which is common knowledge, 60 feet, 6 inches.
I didn't know that.
Except for in the Atlantic League where they moved it back. So I think it was 61.5.
That's weird, though.
It was strange. But they experiment. So you should have mentioned that and be like, well, in the Atlantic League, actually.
Yeah,
I'm sure he would have loved that.
Because he never specified which league we're playing in.
True. They really should have specified that.
I could have said, 55? Is that what it is? Isn't it 55?
Where? College?
Massachusetts?
No.
New Hampshire?
Vermont? Like 14U?
Yeah, 12U,
UConn?
14U. Something like that.
Like youth baseball.
No, not college, yeah. I messed up saying that, no. High school, it's 60 feet, 6 inches.
Yeah.
All right, time to play Verb It or Verb It, the
I
popular
love this
game from last week. Luke is a huge
my
fan of it.
Favorite game.
Parker has never gotten to play Verb It or Verb It because we just did it last week.
I'm very
Could you pull up?
excited. I was trying for alliteration with the word very and the word verb it. Didn't work out.
What am I pulling up?
So, let's get into it.
Could you pull up the verbs that rhyme with, like last time? So I have the random verb generator in front of me. I'm going to generate a random verb, and then Luke is going to find a verb that rhymes with the verb that I randomly generate. So here we go. Sort. So sort it, or verb that rhymes with sort.
It's loading.
Sort it.
Or slow Wi-Fi.
Sorbet.
Sort it or
Sorbet.
port it.
Orbit.
Sort it or orbit. That's good. Sort it or orbit it. Sort it or contort it.
Sort it or sort it.
Oh, sort. That's a little confusing, but technically, I guess they do rhyme.
Sort it or thwart it.
Ooh, thwart it. That's a good one.
Sort it or thwart it. I'll go first.
Okay.
And you both have to answer.
Okay.
Yes. We'll each do one because
sort it
we have
or
a lot of
thwart
segments
it.
today.
Fire Jalen Reagor immediately.
Sort it. Because we need to sort out this wide receiver situation, and Jalen Reagor needs to go.
Thwart it. Thwart his career. Just get him out of here.
Yeah.
Just make him leave.
Yeah, and the other thing, you pretty much make up the definition of how you or make up the way you're using the word.
It's the magic of Verb It or Verb It.
Yeah. Thwart his career.
All right, here we go. I'll do this one. Generate rely. Rely it. Wait, that doesn't make sense. It would be rely on it. Rely it? That doesn't. I'll do a different one. Pray it. Pray it or
slay it.
Slay it.
Pray it or, that didn't even come up.
Okay.
I think that's.
I like pray it or slay it.
Yeah.
All right, pray it or slay it. Darius Slay has been the best corner in the NFC this year, despite Trayvon Diggs having 9 interceptions.
I say pray it. I think Trayvon Diggs is overrated.
Yeah,
I like it.
He's hit or miss.
Yeah.
He's a home run hitter.
He has a lot of interceptions, but he also has a lot of yards let up to receivers. So he's playing aggressive, but if he doesn't pick the ball, they're going. Like it's not like Darius Slay is breaking up passes and getting tackles. He's getting those interceptions too, but he's breaking up passes and getting.
He's not giving up the big play.
No, he's not. He's letting up less catches and less yards. So I'd say pray it.
I'm gonna Darius Slay it. He's insane. He's the best player in the entire NFL.
Wow.
By a long shot. There's
He's
nobody
really
close. He's really on a league of his own. If the NFL was the multiverse, he'd be in his own dimension. Darius Slay.
What a great line.
That sounds like a Valentine's pickup line
that is
you're trying to use.
If you were Hold on.
If you were in the multiverse, you'd be in your own dimension.
Please make that card.
If the NFL was the multiverse, he'd be in his own dimension.
Sounds like a cheesy Valentine's pickup line.
I'm gonna write that down. We need to come up with a segment where you guys make Marvel Valentine's Day lines.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's very niche, and we'd probably only do it once, but it would be really funny that one time. All right, last game of Verb It or Verb It. Parker's going to be giving us this one. Integrate it, or...
Hold on.
Oh, he's not even going to the phone.
No, I'm not thinking for that. I'm thinking of something else. Are you my Iron Man? Because I'll give you a heart.
Aww.
Get it? Because for the first 2 movies, he didn't have a heart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Okay.
Feel free to jump in with those throughout the
Okay.
episode.
So
if you
I
think of any other
really like to
ones.
think of that. About
Yeah. So integrate it, or there's not many words that rhyme with
I know.
integrate. Integrate it,
I got an ad.
or oh man, that is tough.
Integrate it.
Integrate it or
Or
hate it. Technically, that rhymes with integrate. Hate.
integrate it or ate it.
Sure.
Sure.
Integrate it or ate it. What you got, Parker?
No. Integrate it or no, I don't like that one.
Luke's is still searching through the list of words to see if he can find anything that he prefers to ate it.
Integrate it or birthrate it.
I say we stay away from that one. Just that's my vote. Integrate it or can anything top ate it? We're into
Integrate it or donate it.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Integrate or donate.
Okay, there we go. Integrate it or donate it.
Okay. Integrate or donate it. The Warriors are the best team in the NBA.
Integrate it. Definitely integrate it. They're the 1 seed in the West. They just beat the Suns, ended the Suns' winning streak. Steph is playing amazing. Clay isn't even back yet, and I think their chemistry is just going to get better as the season goes. So I would integrate it.
I'll say integrate it right now, but I'm gonna donate it later.
Oh.
Say right now they're the best team, and they will for the first half, but after the break they're gonna fall off.
Oh, I was thinking
Okay.
maybe you say like in the playoffs, but the second half that makes sense.
The
too.
second half they're gonna fall
Okay.
off. They're still gonna clinch the playoffs,
Mhm.
and they'll make it to like the 3rd round. But how many rounds of playoffs are there?
That would put them in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, they're gonna lose in the Western
I
Conference
think.
Finals.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. That was Verb It or Verb It. Now, let's go to... Do we
Steph
want
is gonna get season-ending injury.
a what?
A season-ending injury
Wow.
for Steph.
Ooh, that's...
Jeez.
Wow. Harsh. If that actually happens, that's on you. I hope you know that. If Steph gets
Oh,
hurt,
I like Steph. I don't have
For
anything
real?
against Steph. I'm just saying I'm calling it. It's gonna happen. I know it will.
what a horrible prediction to make.
Owen, are you from Sokovia? Because you've been Wanda-ing into my heart.
Yes, sir!
It's so bad. Oh my word. We need to actually make these. Like, if you guys keep coming up with these, I'll go into Canva and make these cards. Provided you have to give them to people. I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
I will give
Okay.
them to people.
That's a YouTube video. Parker walking around handing out Marvel Valentine cards. We gotta do that.
That would be awesome.
Luke staring off into space. You can tell he's trying to think of one.
Oh, I got one. I just gotta
there we go.
figure out how to
All
word
right.
it so it sounds
Uh-huh.
okay.
You've got your concept, but now you just have to verbalize it. While Luke's thinking about that, should we do Parker's pep talks or
Sure.
Mad Hatter first?
Let's do that. Let's do
Okay.
Parker's pep talks.
We're gonna start off with Parker's pep talks, and then we're gonna do Mad Hatter with Luke. Parker. Now, okay, for those of you who have not witnessed Parker's pep talks before, Parker is a wordsmith. He's incredible.
Okay, I got
Here we
you.
go. Speaking of wordsmiths, take it away, Luke.
I'm not trying to trick you here. I'm just low key into you.
You guys are good at this. This is on the spot. Wow.
That's a good one.
I'm just low key into you. That was good.
That's a good one right there.
Wow. That was
Is
impressive.
to trick you with the God of Mischief.
Yeah. I'm really impressed with the ones you guys came up with in like a 5-minute span. We could definitely make this into something. But yeah, Parker is very good at coming up with things to say on the spot, like the Target story. Maybe not the best example, but the most recent one, for sure. So you are going to give a pep talk this week, Parker.
To
Jalen Reagor. It's a tough assignment.
That is so tough.
He's given Jalen Reagor needs a pep talk.
He
He's
does.
coming off probably the worst week of his professional career, potentially his life. Maybe not his life. I think he had a friend who died earlier this summer. That got dark.
Oh man. Okay.
Of his football career.
I feel bad for trashing on him, but not really.
The worst week of his football career. So I think he needs a bit of a pep talk. You could probably help him out a little bit. You've given a pep talk to the Dolphins, and they are on a roll now.
They turned it around. The Dolphins are looking.
You also did a pep talk for the Jaguars, and that one didn't quite work out. But
I'm 1 for 2.
yeah, well, also I was going to spin it into the Jaguars haven't really improved since you gave the pep talk.
They haven't gotten worse.
You haven't really heard
They
much
beat the
about Urban
Bills.
Meyer since. Yeah,
True,
like
yeah.
they just kind of went away a little bit, which is
You
probably
also
good for them
haven't
at this
heard
point.
about their first overall draft pick, Trevor Lawrence.
That's true, but would you rather your first round draft pick just be and not really in the headlines, or be terrible and be getting a ton of attention
Like
for being
Zach
bad?
Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like that. All right, here we go. Jalen Reagor getting a pep talk from Parker.
Man, Jalen Reagor. This talk is from me to you, from my heart to your heart. We are one and the same animal. Now, here's the thing. I watched the game, and man, I've seen butter that's stickier than your hands. But don't fear. There's always some hope out there. I know that your last name is Reagor. That means that you're not a beggar. And please, please tell me that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now here's the thing, you are an eagle. You fly above the competition, soar to great heights, and do anything for your squad. You will hopefully catch the ball, hopefully it won't fall, and hopefully you will stand tall against the defense. Now here's the thing, you've been dropping every single pass. You're like a first grade dropout, no class. Here's the thing, you can't even see. They look at you and you're like you're a bee. You're flying through the air, soaring through the sky. Hopefully you can not drop a pass during the bye. Now here's the thing I want to tell you. You are the best. You look like an animal wearing a dress. Yeah, you're so clumsy, I don't even look at you. When I see you, all I think about is number 2. If you know what I mean, because you're in the trash can. You're absolutely terrible.
Whoa, that's not a pep talk, hold on.
I'm sitting there.
That's my
I want you to come back, and I think that you will. You just need to have a more substantial pill, because you can't even remotely see the field if you're playing this way. Man, looks like you might need a shield. You're coming at the defense. I'll give you a sword. Together we can fly. And here you perform. You will be amazing. You will win the game. And now I am gonna be fame.
So, at what point did you decide, you know what, I'm going to go freestyle rap with this one?
I liked it though. It hit. You were spitting bars, man.
I really don't know when that started. I just kind of felt like he really needed like some Meek Mill out here just rapping. I feel like he needed that inspiration, so I feel like, yeah, just went into trying to rap a little bit for him.
There you go. That was impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't expect it, and so it worked out. It worked out pretty well for you. Let's transition now to Luke's segment, the Mad Hatter. He's going to be ranting about Jalen Reagor.
I am. So this week, as many of you Eagles fans know, Jalen Reagor outed himself as the worst person to ever step foot on a football field. He was seriously a walking garbage can, and I think that he is the reason that the Eagles have lost every single season that they've lost since the creation of the team. Every single losing season that they've had, he is the reason for that, and he deserves no place on that team. He does not deserve a spot on that roster, and he shall be fired immediately.
Luke, I really like your hat. It's got this it's got the plastic strap here where it's got the little buttons to adjust it. I'm a huge fan of those adjusters.
Literally, I'd
best.
say 40 of my 45 hats have it like this.
Wow, good call. You haven't worn this one before, right? It's
this
black
is,
like your other one, but it's got a different logo on
it's
it.
also, the front is gray, which is nice. Yeah, it's actually
nice.
just Pennsylvania because we're from Pennsylvania.
We are. Sweet.
I got it at Penn State. It was.
I thought that was New Jersey.
And there's a keystone in the
You
middle.
thought that was New Jersey?
There's a keystone
Why
in the
would he have
middle
a New
because we're the
Jersey hat?
Keystone State. Hey, my segment. Focus. Keystone State because we're the Keystone State, Pennsylvania.
We are.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, because I got it in Penn State. We are.
Penn State.
Anyway.
Jalen Reagor should be fired immediately. If he gets the ball one more time in the entire season, I mean, he's going to drop it. So he's not going to get the ball because he's going to drop it. But the fact that he straight up lost us that game, he deserves no recognition for anything he's done except for everything that he hasn't done. That's all he deserves the recognition for because he doesn't have any of it. Nick Sirianni has proved that he's done well. Devontae Smith was wide open. Yeah. And
the fake
he
out.
He deserved that ball. Jalen Hurts did not have a good game. That is evident. He did not have a good game. But he turned it around in that last couple minutes. He turned it around and gave the Eagles a fair chance to win that game. Yes?
Great hat.
Thank you. He gave the Eagles a fair chance to win that game. And you know who ruined it? Twice? Jalen Reagor. Both those times, Devontae Smith would have caught both those balls. Even Greg Ward would have caught both those balls. Travis Fulgham, who was cut at the beginning of the season, would have caught both those balls.
Great dismount.
Thank you.
That was good. That was good. Great question, Parker. I really liked how insightful that one was.
Thank you.
I
feel like we took up
next
everything
level.
at the beginning. I couldn't think of anything else.
Next level.
The first time.
Everything. You know, the classic back-to-back of a pep talk and a rant about the same guy. We might have to do that a little more often. I was
kind of... Owen thinks of a topic. He tells you, neither of us know beforehand, and we both have to rant about
Off
it.
the top of your head, it might be Howie Roseman at some point. Giving him a pep talk would be really interesting. We'll see how that one goes. Luke has it easier with Jalen Reagor. A little bit easier to rant about him than to freestyle rap pep talk about him.
He's a walking garbage can.
So,
True.
yeah, Luke really went after Jalen Reagor on his Instagram stories this week. I think he posted like 3 separate things about him
probably
being bad. It was a bit much, but
He
it got
awful.
your point across.
Yeah,
he was
very
bad
bad
against
see my
the
Instagram
Giants.
story. I don't post often. I usually post
Very
on
bad.
Eagles game days and sometimes some other things, but not usually other stuff. But that was.
It hit a nerve.
Well, think about it. We would have been in the playoff race if we would have won that.
Yeah, I mean we still are, but yeah, that
We're
was
farther
definitely
out
a blow.
of it. That game was huge,
That was
especially since
a
it was a
blow.
divisional game.
And now we're gonna lose to the Jets.
No, we're not.
Whoa!
No, we're not. We are
Let's
not
slow
going to lose
down
to the
there.
Jets.
We are.
Okay, well, did you pick them in Parker's picks versus Paglia's picks to
No.
lose? Okay, then. Let's do Parker's picks versus Paglia's picks.
Great transition.
That's a bit of a giveaway to who they picked in the Eagles-Jets game, even though Parker said they're going to lose to the Jets,
you
which
know,
doesn't
I didn't
really
pick
make
the
sense.
Jets.
I'm betting my hedge. I'm hedging my bets.
Oh, man. Who wants to go first?
I'm betting my hedges. If I lose this, I'll give you my hedges. You can just take them out of my yard.
There it is.
Okay, Parker, you want to lead us off today, just like
Yes.
you're batting?
Who do you have in the Bucks Falcons? I have the Bucks.
I have the Bucks.
Wow.
Wow.
What a surprise.
We're racking up those dollar bills, y'all. Cardinals versus Bears. I have the Cardinals.
I also have the Cards.
Okay. Chargers or Bengals?
I got my man Joey B taking the dub.
Me too. I do too.
That's a weird game because both of those teams have looked really good and they both looked really bad.
Yeah, it's basically whoever shows up is going to win that one.
Ooh,
Vikings or
great
Lions?
That's
Mentally, he means.
that's like Luke's "It Is What It Is" last week.
It is what it
It is
really is what it is. Everything is just what it is. I still truly believe that. That is my motto.
I think when we put that poll on the story as a preview for last week's episode, I think we got like 20-0. It is what it is.
And I live by that.
No
It
one
is
thought
what
that
is.
it isn't what it is.
Like reality, like it happens. There's no way to go change it. It really is
Except for
just what it
multiverse.
is.
Theoretically, if I could go... Oh, so we talked about this at FCA, so we were doing the Bible story. And so somehow...
We did Luke 1 through 20.
Somehow, we got to the point of time travel. And
What was your group doing?
I said how if I could go back in time, I would want to be...
You'd want to be at like...
I'd want to be one of the shepherds that the
Chris-
angels
okay.
talk to.
Yeah, Luke chapter 1 through 20. Read it for a bit of context, but it's basically the shortest version of the Christmas story.
Who do you have in the Vikings
great.
Lions?
Not the Lions.
Neither do I.
Good answer.
Giants, Dolphins.
I have the Delfinos.
Me too. The Dolphins have looked good. Eagles, Jets. I have the Eagles.
So do I.
Woo! Colts, Texans, Colts. I feel like
So do I.
these are pretty explanatory.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is an
This is
interesting
a
one.
yeah.
Washington versus the football team versus the Raiders. The football team has won like what, 3 or 4 in a row?
Yeah, they've
I
been
think 2 in a row.
They've been
No, it's
looking,
at least 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They
Good
have
for
been
them.
looking good lately, and I really wanted to go with Washington, but I ultimately stuck with my gut telling me the Raiders.
Yeah, me too. I went with Raiders. Rams, Jags. Rams, obviously.
Rams.
Yeah, easy.
Ravens, Steelers. I picked the Ravens.
I did as well.
49ers, Seahawks. The Seahawks just cannot win a game.
Wilson looks bad.
Wilson looks really
Yeah, he
bad.
does.
But I'm glad that he's playing bad because even though it hurts my fantasy team, I think it gives him worse draft capital the Eagles can get him for less.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really good.
Buy
Yeah.
low, people.
Yeah.
So 49ers over the Seahawks.
I have the 49ers as well.
Broncos, Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs.
So did I.
And so this is going to be the decider.
This game is potentially the game of the season.
Yeah,
This is
game of
such a
the
good
season.
game.
Game of the season. This has big playoff implications for
Yeah.
who's going to be the 1 seed in the
nice
AFC.
Huge game.
The Patriots, Bills. Who'd you pick?
The Patriots.
Let's go, Luke.
Do you have the Bills?
I picked the Bills.
Yes! I'm so
Yes.
happy we have a different game.
Good
Yes.
job picking Bill Belichick.
No, I picked Mac Jones actually.
Yep.
Because he's in Bill Belichick's
No,
system.
no.
We don't have to get into it.
Mac Jones is the GOAT.
I called it that the Patriots were going to be good and Bill Belichick was going to rebuild them, and you guys were like, no, Bill Belichick sucks.
And guess who he's going to lose to in the Super Bowl? Tom Brady.
That would be amazing if they met up in
Would
the
you
Super Bowl.
finally admit that Tom Brady's the greatest of all time if he wins the Super Bowl?
No, because I'd be more impressed with the fact that Bill Belichick lost a top 5 quarterback of all time. And
He's
then
only top 5 all time, not even top 2.
Wow.
Bill Belichick lost the top 3 quarterback of all time.
Who's better than him?
Bill Belichick lost?
Name the 2 quarterbacks that you think are better than him.
Well, no, remember this is a ghosts type of thing.
No.
fine.
Bill Belichick lost one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, and then in 2 years rebuilt the team into a Super Bowl team. That's more impressive than Tom Brady leaving and going to an already pretty good team in a weak division and taking them to the playoffs.
Yeah, but what if
and
the
Super Bowl.
Patriots lose second round of playoffs and Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl? What about that?
Then maybe, but you said if they met up in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That I'd be more impressed with Bill being able to rebuild a team that quickly into a Super Bowl team.
Rebuild the team.
Exactly that. So Luke is back 2 games in Parker's picks versus Pegley's picks. He can be within 1 game at the end of this week if the
Or I could
Patriots
be back 3.
beat the Bills. But I mean, I also picked them, and I have a worse record than both of you so far this year. So you should feel good about that, Luke. The fact that we both picked the Patriots.
Yeah.
You should feel real
I should
good.
feel great about it.
Yeah. In the league that we're in, Parker's in 4th, I
Yeah.
think. Luke is in like 7th or 8th.
Sixth.
6th?
Oh, I thought it was 6th. I don't
Somewhere
know.
around there. And I think I am in 15th. So all of us are doing pretty well. I was actually really excited because I had a really good week last week. I did terrible on Thanksgiving. I went 1 for 3.
Yeah, I'm in
But
6th.
then my Sunday games, I was like killing it. I think I got like 2 wrong. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to be right back in it. And I moved up like 2 places. It was great. I was so excited about that.
Are you a doctor? Because it's strange how much I'm in love with you.
Ooh.
Get it?
There's another one.
Doctor Strange.
Uh-huh. And then on the back of the card, they all just say, if you know what I mean. That'd be great. No one will have any issues with how creepy they are at all. No problems. I think that is all the segments. I don't know if we have any more
Are you
time.
from Wakanda? Because I'm sure I'm in love with you.
That's good.
That's a good one.
That's
Yeah.
good.
These are kind of, they're like semi-pickup lines, semi-Valentine's Day cards.
Well,
Which I guess they mix together.
Lines.
They mix
Yeah.
together pretty well. So they end up working out. I'm sure that if you give that Valentine's Day card to somebody who is into Marvel enough, it'd work out pretty well. You have to know your
I'll give
audience.
Parker a nice Valentine's card.
There you go. Yeah. I think we're about out of time. My phone is probably
Unfortunately.
running pretty low on batteries, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything else in this episode.
We gotta
I
do
think
the
we
last
got
minute.
about another minute.
Really?
Or
Yeah.
so.
You sure?
Another minute or so. Yeah.
I don't know. It'll have to be a fast minute. You know,
Well, a minute and 60 seconds doesn't matter how.
You're
fat.
gonna have
A
to-
minute is always the same length.
you're
It
gonna
doesn't-
have to do a fast minute if you know
Time
what
is
I mean.
relative, Owen.
All right, Marvel Minute. Here we go. 1 minute on the clock for each of you. Parker, I'm guessing you're going to talk about Hawkeye, so do that.
Really?
Okay, so Hawkeye episode 3. Oh, it was so crazy. The chase scene and everything when they were in the car. When there was a Pimtech arrow. Oh my word, and then he shot the arrow. Oh my word, that was so awesome. I'm so excited for Uncle. It's probably going to be Kingpin. Kingpin is literally the best villain from, like, Daredevil. I just watched season 1 and 2. Daredevil is an insane show and Kingpin is amazing.
Wasn't Kingpin in a Spider-Man movie?
You're not allowed to talk. No.
I think he was.
Yes, Kingpin, I also am totally on top of that. I agree, it is completely that. And I actually, shoot. Oh yeah, her drawing of Hawkeye in the restaurant was so cool because that's his comic book outfit with the ear things and the purple thing, and that's like his traditional comic book look, which is the best.
He was in a Spider-Man movie. I told you.
Yeah,
he was in the Miles Morales.
No, but that's him right there.
Yeah, animated. Yeah, but he was in the animated one.
Yeah.
So he was. Luke.
I never said he wasn't.
You just said no, he wasn't.
No, I was just telling you to stop talking. Just trying to get you to stop talking.
So I have a theory as well. There at the end credit scene of episode 3, everybody has 2 arrows in their name, one pointing up, one pointing down, except 4 characters. So these 4 characters could be the 4 characters that aren't making it out of the series. It's Hawkeye, Jack, like the swordsman, like her mom, Kate Bishop's mom, I forget her name, and one other person who was, Keezy, he's the one that talks to Echo. Kazi, yes.
Oh, Parker just fit in there. He has 0.08 seconds.
Oh.
So he nailed that with dismount.
Yeah, I think the episode ended super cool with Jack holding the sword to Hawkeye's neck, like, and it's actually really cool because he's using Ronin's sword, and Jack, the swordsman in the comics, trained Hawkeye. Was Hawkeye's like mentor and trainer as a sword fighter. Swordsman, yeah. So I think that's cool, and I don't know, maybe that'll play into it a little bit. I don't know, because Jack is obsessed with the Ronin character.
Well, Parker doesn't really have much
Parker
time, and you just stopped yours at 5 seconds, but Parker can't really.
Parker, spit something out really quickly, and then I will elaborate on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was 0.08 seconds, so
I don't know how
you followed the rules.
But how do I elaborate on nah? None of this is going away because the Marvel Minute will be back next week.
And the loud music. Yeah. That was pretty good. That was a good dismount. Luke with 2 good dismounts today. Great show. I think this is one of the better episodes we've done. We talked about sports for about half of it.
Well, that might be a stretch.
So, all sports all the time, most sports most of the time, some sports some of the time.
No, we don't associate with some sports some of the time.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The football game, teaser, Hard Knocks, episode 3 will be coming out in a couple days.
Thank you
Hard
for
Knocks
watching.
episode 4 after that, and then after that, the trailer. So we got a lot of football hype stuff dropping.
Thank you for
It's
watching.
exciting.
Episode 128. We will see you next time. Adios.